Hello everybody, this is MariaLovesArt. I hope you're doing great today. So I recently purchased this sign for my home and it was on clearance, and there's a spot right here that has paint. So I'm going to try to take that off and repaint the edge here to match my decor. So I'm going to use a magic eraser and I'm really hoping it will work. I have to be very careful with this sign because it does have some paper on it, and I was really worried about making the paper warp or for it to be torn. If that happens, I'm going to have to start over and just paint the whole little saying here. Scrub up, up, up. Scrub up, up, up. After a lot of scrubbing, it seems to be coming off. I did go ahead and wet my sponge just a little bit. I was just so worried about the paper, but everything came out good. I was taking a big chance by wetting the sponge. This was a big challenge. It's not perfect, but I think it's going to work. I'm so glad that I bought this sign. I'm going to go ahead and dry it up a little bit because it's very wet. I'll just have to clean it, make sure it dries. It's been a while since I've had this paint here, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. It is Peacock Teal. So let's go ahead and start painting the frame here. I'm using a brush and I will be changing it out. So this is the medium brush I am using right now. I will be using a wider brush and then a thinner brush for this project. Today is a very, very cloudy day and I decided to work in my craft room. It's a little dark in here, so I'm hoping that you can see the real pretty color that it really is. I'm going to go ahead and take my time and just put a little bit of paint on the brush. I have to be careful not to get paint where the flowers are or it will ruin it. There goes that train. So here I am painting the inner side of this little frame here. I wish I would have known that I wanted to paint the very middle part also. When I saw the sign, I really did like it, and I thought to myself I would buy it if I saw it again, and I did have that chance, so that's why I brought it home. I'm going to go ahead and paint the little section in between the frame also. The paint seems to be going on nicely with this frame. It's easy to paint. They also use some MDF, which is a little bit different to paint. I have to go over it several times because it seems like the paint is being absorbed. It's a little bit time consuming and I have to do several layers. So I have switched to the wider brush on this side. Since it's a little bit wider, it's easier to use. All I have to do is reapply the paint and go over the MDF section a little more because it needs several layers. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this little frame up. So when I was painting this frame in the room, it kind of looked like the color I didn't want. But now that I'm looking at it, it's looking pretty good. The lighting in the room is just so dark, so it just looked different. Okay, so on the sign right here, this color is on the white and it's really bugging me. I hope I can fix this. I'm going to go ahead and try to add a little bit of white. When I bought this frame, I didn't even see this little section, but I'm glad I'm able to paint over it. I'm using a couple of different brushes just to get in there and cover the blue. You can see some teal paint on my thumb. I always get paint on me. So here is our sign all nice and painted. It is looking very pretty. I do like the color, although in the video it looks a little darker. Okay, so this is where the sign is going to be. It has the perfect spot and it does look great. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.